Hey guys, what's going on today? BOJoeKO here, and we are back with our NHL 15 GMO commentary following the Vancouver Canucks. So last time we really didn't get much done, but we did make a bunch of trades in that last video. We also saw our very first offer sheet, successful offer sheet confirmation from the Montreal Canadiens, who apparently just did not feel like signing Alex Galchenyuk nor Brendan Gallagher to their team. They remained on their restricted free agents list. Didn't have enough money to sign them. I guess, like I said, I guess Carey Price and PK Subban must have been taking up a shit ton of money on their team, so that could have been the reason they couldn't sign them. So we signed Alex Galchenyuk, I believe, for 5.2 mil, I think, for 4 years, which is an absolute steal for an 89 overall. Only giving up our first round pick and our third round pick from this year. So remember, we still did get a third round pick back for the trade for Sean Matthias. So pretty much we just gave up a first round pick for Alex Galchenyuk in a sense. So I'll take that any day of the week. So we edited our lines as well. He is now on the first line there. We started off, like I said, we had to start the beginning of the year without him on their team. So we did lose the first 2 games, which is not a problem. You're expected to get a couple losses in there. Did get shut out by those 2 teams too. But what we're going to do this time is I'm hoping that we can make it to the trade deadline at the very least. I want to see if we can make it to the trade deadline, because if we still manage to do crappy, although I don't think this team will have a bad season as they did last year. I really do think that we're going to compete for a playoff spot. But we're going to do our usual sim here. We're going to take it to 2 months. We're going to take it to the end of the month of November. I think I went into December, actually. This is the month of November. Yeah, so November 1st, right? October. October ends with the Rangers game. Yeah, all right, yeah, so we're going to take it to here. Apparently went to December, so we're going to take it to this Pittsburgh game, and we're just going to simulate up to that day and let the simulation do its job. Now, I really hope that this team is good. I really do hope that they can have a turnaround year. Like I said, we still have an elite goaltender. He's not elite anymore. He's technically considered a starting goaltender as Ryan Miller, but he is still an 88 overall goaltender. We have a solid 88 overall goaltender in our net. We're losing games already, 1-4 to start the year. Not good at all. But I still think that we can turn it around. We have a really good first line. I mean, our defense is struggling. Apparently our offense is struggling to score goals, it seems. Can't score more than 2 goals a game, and can't get points in either overtime losses or regulation either. But hopefully they can turn it around. Like I said, 2 months in, we'll have to see how they do. But if things do go to worse, as my water bottle cap goes flying, we'll have to see what changes we could do. Man, dude, 3-1, 3-1. Holy shit, dude. What is wrong with this Vancouver team? 2-7? Are we serious right now? What's wrong with this team? I think it's a solid team. 2-0, man. Holy crap. This team is bad. This team is really, really bad. 4-2, man. Wow. This is surprising to me. A first line with the Sedins and Alex Galchenyuk you'd think would be really, really good to, you know, pull your team through. A second line with Gustav Nyquist, Nick Bonino, and Marcus Johansson sounds like it's a good second line. Third line is a little bit weak, I'll say that. It's a little bit weak, and our fourth line is really good. I just don't know what's wrong with this Vancouver team. To be perfectly honest, I don't see what the problem is. Our defense is pretty solid too. I mean, I have no idea what's up with this team, honestly. 3-9-1 is not very good. It could be a slow start. Maybe they'll hopefully turn it around. But the way it's looking right now, it's kind of bleak. 4-10-1. That's not really good. We already have 10 regulation losses through 15 games. I mean, that's crazy. Montreal's doing perfectly fine without Alex Galchenyuk on their team. They're freaking 9-4, 10-4 after that game. That's crazy. 4-11. Oh my god. This is hilarious. Wow. I have no words right now to what could be wrong with this team. It's really confusing. It honestly is. You have an 87, an 88, and an 89 on your first line, and we're pulling a 4-12-1 record. It makes no sense to me. I might just do a best lines at this point. 4-1, 4-1. Like, that's the thing, though. There's what I'm seeing too out of these games, whether we win some or lose some. I feel like this GM, I'm not seeing variable scores. I'm seeing like the same scores over and over and over again, where it's like 3-2, 3-0, 4-1, 3-1. I'm seeing so many of the same type of games being repeated over and over again. That's why this GM mode is kind of, it's not, you know, good. The menu system is like nice. The intention of it is nice, but it's just not good. 4-16-1. That is honestly terrible. That is pretty damn bad. Let's go to the QMJHL for defenseman, I guess, for 6 weeks. But wow, that's pretty sad, to be perfectly honest. 5-16-1. That's terrible. I might switch best lines on, because this is terrible. 3-2 again. No overtime losses at all. Wow. This is ridiculous. How can you have a line with the Sedins and Alex Galchenyuk and only have 5 games won through 23 games? That's honestly ridiculous. Wow. Montreal might actually get a good deal in for Alex Galchenyuk, and another loss there to the Coyotes. 5-18-1. Wow. That is not the record I expected this Vancouver Canucks team to have after the first 2 months. Wow, that is pitiful. That is utterly pitiful. That is so bad. We have 11 points. We have 11 points while the Phoenix Coyotes have 35. That is, or 36. Wow. That is, oh my God, that's terrible. That is terrible. What is wrong with this team? I don't understand it. I do not understand what is wrong with this team at all. Team stats. 11 points. It's terrible. That is honestly terrible. Point percentage is at 22%. Goals for per game, 1.8. 1.8 goals for per game. Goals against is 3. That's probably one of the worst in the league, if I would have to say so. Power play, 14.6. Penalty kill. The penalty kill looks like it's doing good. 84.1. Let me compare it to the entire league here. All right, so Chicago has 42. All right, goals for per game. Like I said, 1.8. So we're one of the worst in the league. Even Detroit has it worse than us, but they still have 23 points. They have 10. They're 10, 12, and 3, but they still have around the same goals per game as us, 10 more points. Goals against per game, 2.0. The Blackhawks are doing really well. Well, we're not the worst team for goals against. It's 3.0. There's definitely teams that are worse than us. I mean, that's definitely a thing. Power play percentage is right here. So 1, 2, 3. Let me see. So that'd be 20, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24th worst team, 24th in the league for power play. And then penalty kill is at 84%, which looks like top 10 in the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 8th best in the league for penalty kill. So we have the 8th best penalty kill in the penalty killing team in the league, but we can't score goals and we can't keep goals out of our net, and we can't win games apparently. So this is really, 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 really odd, if you ask me. I mean, let's just look at the forwards, I guess. Point total so far. So Henrik Sedin has 17 points in 24 games. Daniel Sedin has 14. Galchenyuk has 10. Gustav Nyquist has 10. Benino 9. Jensen with 5. Marcus Johansson with 5. Look at the pluses and minuses. Holy moly, that is shite on a stick. That is pretty damn bad. That is pretty damn bad. I mean, Vey has 3 points on the third line. That's pretty unexcusable. That's pretty bad. That is pretty damn bad. How about the freaking defenseman? Ham Hughes has 14 points, so he's doing perfectly fine. Fowler has 10, which is not bad, I guess. That's really good for those two guys. Edler with 5, Stan with 4, Spiza with 2, Tanev with 1. I just don't know what's wrong with this team. What is the problem What is the problem here? Goaltenders, who's starting so many games? Ryan Miller has started 20 games, 4-14. Eddie Lack has started 7, 1-5. Save percentage 9.2. Yeah, we shouldn't be starting Eddie Lack that much. That one shutout for Miller, I guess. Miller has an assist. That is truly odd. That is very odd why this team is just doing that bad. All right, well, I know what we're going to be doing here. Let's put on best lines, I guess. Because there's no excuse not to put on best lines when the team is struggling as much as it is right now. Let's see. So how can we put on best lines? I forget how to do it. There's a way to do it. Come on, game. Quick swap. Hold on. I think it's under quick swap. No. Is it under options? Options, best lines for everything. We'll set that the way it is. So they want Daniel Sedin, Alex Galchenyuk, Gustav Nyquist, Cassian, Sedin, Johansson, Condra, Bonino, Jensen, Gotch, Richardson, and Vey. All right, that's what we'll leave it as for the offense. Maybe spread out the Sedin twins. Maybe that's what we have to do. If we have to spread out the Sedin twins in order to get points, so be it. Fowler, Hamhuis, Edler, Tanev, Spiza, Stanton, Miller, and Black, obviously, in the net. We'll throw on best lines. Let's see if I can get us out of the rut. Captains and jersey numbers. Who's the captain? Sedin, and then Hamhuis. Yeah, that makes sense. It does make sense for the captaincies. So that's what we'll do, I guess. We'll just do that. Throw up the calendar here. We'll go, I think, to the All-Star game or whenever that is. And we'll see how we are then, because it could be another down year for the Vancouver Canucks. And, you know, if it is, then we're going to have to see. All right, so the trade deadline's there. We definitely can get up to that, but I'll go a month at a time. I'll go to... Actually, no, it's better to just go 2 months. It's better to figure that out. It's better to just do that. Right up there to the 29th, the end of February. Let's just see how we do now. 5-18-1. It could be another dreadful year for the Vancouver Canucks. I don't know. I don't think it's... It could be that we might need to spread out the Sedins. That could be the issue. If we start winning games like crazy, that might be the issue. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Could be that, but then again, it can't. I don't know what's wrong with the team, to be perfectly honest. I think the team is good. You have 2 87 like defensemen. You have a couple 84s in there as well. Saka Koivu on waiver claim. No, I'm going to decline that. I don't need to grab him for anything. But I mean, we throw on best lines and we're starting to win games now. So, you know, that could be that could be something. Yeah, we're starting to win games now. We've won 4 out of our last 5 after we split up the Sedins, put Alex Galchenyuk on the first line center. Yeah, there you go. Now we're starting to win some games. What do we got here? Weisler for Eric Cole. Let's add this trade. Who is Weisler again? Weisler is. Let's see, Weisler. Let's see what's up with this guy. I don't even know who he is. Weisler. He's projected to be a top 9 forward. Tim Weiser. Oh yeah, he was our draft pick in the 5th round. 5th round pick, a top 9 forward. No, I'm not going to do that for Eric Cole. I don't think so. We're in a position right now where we should not be making trades, even though we're winning games. We should not be making trades right now. Unless we start to get close to back to 500, then we can maybe consider making some trades. But we need to go on a massive tear right now if we want to get back to that 500 mark and be actually in the business to be shopping around. But I mean, look at that. Past 7 games, we're 6-1. After, I mean, you split the Sedins up. You put Henrik on the second line. You put Galchenyuk to center the first line. Put Nyquist on the first with Daniel Sedin and Galchenyuk, and that seems to be working out. So keep going, Canucks, keep going. It might just been a slow start again, but you know they need to really win some games here to try to get back to 500. Try to get back into the race here. Try to get back into the division. We already dug ourselves a huge hole, but you know, I think if it's possible, we could possibly climb out of it. Anything's possible. Anything is possible. Well, there's 3 losses in a row after going on a 5-game win streak. You did get 2 points out of those losses to the Kings and the Jets, but A couple Western Conference teams are pretty tough there. Shootout loss again. I mean, now we're starting to get some points, but we need to rack up wins. We can't rack up points. We gotta rack up wins. Again, all these Western Conference teams are really good too. All of them over 500. It's a very tough schedule. It seems like it is. There's another loss to the Ducks. Get a win over the Coyotes, I guess. So you go on a 4-game losing streak, and then you finally get another win there against Arizona. So maybe you can turn it around. Looks like a couple of Eastern Conference teams here. Well, not really. It's still mostly Western Conference. All right, Winnipeg, they're under 500 team. We should hopefully be able to beat these guys. 6-2 win. Yeah, that's a big win. Chicago, try to get a point at the very least. Alright, scouting. Scouting, fine. I'll have to, I think after this thing, I'll update the scouting thing to see exactly where the best players are going to be at. Let's see, let's go back to the OHL, and let's do forwards for, let's do a month for them. I like how the scouting doesn't interrupt the simulation. You can keep going. That's another thing I like. See, like, the form that the GMO took, like, the menu layout and stuff like that was good this year. It's just that they just left out so much. It's just it just takes a little bit to get used to, I think. It's a good system. I think it'll be better if they improve upon it for 16. It's just a little bit difficult. Now that they put the draft in, it's a little bit better, I would say. But it's still a little bit difficult to kind of grasp under. But there you go. Got another win against the Jets after 2 terrible losses back there. All right, you got another win. You're not far behind now. 15, 23, and 4. You're starting to climb your way back into it a tiny bit. You need to win a lot of these games, though. You need to win a lot. All right, Calgary, there's another win. 16, 23, and 4. You're only 7 games back of 500 now. It's a lot better than what it was. That's for damn sure. Boston, yeah, they're a tough team, though. You get a 4-1 win against them. There you go. You go on another 4-game win streak. I think this Vancouver Canucks team is a very streaky team. You would lose a lot, and then you might be able to string a lot of wins together as well. All right, the Oilers, there's another. That's a big win, 1-0. 18, 23, and 4. You're only 5 games back. 500. The Islanders, they're a decent team this year. And there's another one, 2-1. 19, 23, and 4. You're only 4 games back. Come on, boys. There's another win against San Jose, 20, 23, and 4. All right, so the Vancouver Canucks, they're starting to make a case for themselves after a terrible, terrible start to the season. They're starting to string some wins together once again. We're on a 6-game winning streak yet again. I think the second time this year the Vancouver Canucks have gone on a 6-game winning streak. I mean, you've won 8 out of your last 10, too, which is really good. The Canucks are playing well. They're playing well. Not getting overly goal scoring on some nights, but you know, they're getting enough goals to win. Their defense is playing good. 5-3 loss against Arizona. Yeah, but Arizona's a good team, so don't worry about that. 20, 24, and 4. We'll have to see where we are in the division. We'll have to see. Colorado, it's an overtime loss. All right, so we still have this month to do. All right, another scouting assignment. Once again, we'll probably pin some stuff on our list at the end here. Is there any? There's a couple guys in Russia. I don't know how good these guys are going to be in Russia, but let's do the defenseman for Russia for 1 month again. All right, come on, boys. You're only 4 games back of 500 now. Let's go. Let's start stringing some wins together. I'm not going to touch the team either. I don't want to see what's happening because these best lines are doing the best thing for us. Yep, there's another win against the Kings, a nice shutout win. Edmonton. Come on, Canucks. Come on, Canucks. 2-0 loss. 5 games back again. Anaheim, come on, guys, come on. You were close, and now you're just really, you're starting to dig yourselves out of that. Dig yourselves a bigger hole again. Got to string wins together, consecutive wins. There you go, 5-2 win over the Blue Jackets. Got to get a win here against the Oilers. They're a tough team, I know. See if you can get a win, get a point, something. Shootout loss, take a point, I guess. The tough Western Conference teams, you got to get wins. But against these like 500 Eastern Conference teams, you need to beat these guys. There you go. There's a 4-3 win over the Hurricanes. That's a good win. Calgary, yeah, no, once again, they're a tough team. Try to get a point at the least, I guess. Shootout loss. There you go. Get some points. Like I said, the tough teams, you got to get points against. Toronto, they're a really good team. Maybe sneak out a win against Toronto. Yes, you can. 5-3. All right, 24, 26, and 7. 2 games back of 500. Come on. St. Louis, they're under 500 team. Overtime loss, get a point, I guess. 4 games left before we have to make a major decision here. Let's see. 4-1 win over the Wild. There you go. 25, 26, and 8. 1 game back of 500 now. All right, second round pick and Krill Kavanaugh for Shane Doan. I'm going to decline that for right now. We'll have to think about that trade. We'll see if we want to do that trade with the Coyotes. We'll have to think about it. San Jose, they're all right team. We're going to have to compete with them for a division spot. Let's see if we can get a win. Come on, boys, get a win. Get a win against the Sharks. There you go. 3-1 win. Lundholm and Fox for Ruutu. We're going to decline that once again. But there you go. They got a 3-1 win over the Sharks, and the Vancouver Canucks have stormed all the way back to get to 500, 26, 26, and 8. So they have climbed back here, and then we have just a couple games here in Florida against the Panthers and the Lightning. If we can get 2 wins against these guys, or at least a couple points at this game, still stay around 500, it's going to be interesting to make a decision here where we are in the division and where we stand. We'll have to see. All right, so come on, boys. Florida, they're a decent team. They're a decent team. Shootout loss, you get a point. In Tampa Bay, the Lightning. Come on, guys, get a win against the Lightning. Come on. Lightning, they're a tough team, but you get a 3-0 win over the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, I'll do my scouting in a minute. Stop the simulation. All right, so we throw on best lines for those couple months, I guess, for 3 or 4 months that we might simulate. I think we did 3 months. And the Vancouver Canucks, after starting out, I believe, one of the worst records in NHL history to start, I think 11 points in 20-something or 15 or some games, which was pretty ridiculous. They have stormed all the way back to come within 1 game over 500 now at 27, 26, and 9. So you do have 26 regulation losses, which is not something that is overly good. You do have 9 overtime losses, which do give us a good bit of points. We do sit at, how many points do we sit at right now? We are at, what is that? That is 54. 54 and then 9, so that is 63 points through how many games? 63 points through 27, and 27 would be, like I said, 54 minus 153 through 63 games. 63 games. So I think we have 64 points at 64 points in 63 games. I think that's what it might be. We're still last in our division, though, which is unfortunate. Our division looks really good this year, honestly. Yeah, it's a very tough division. I think everybody in this division is over 500. Holy shit. So if the Vancouver Canucks might have a shot at the playoffs, it's going to be for a wild card spot, because getting a spot in this division looks tough. Every team is over 500. This division is ridiculous. All right, so let's check out the stats here. Let's check out the team stats. I think the Sharks are over 500 as well. Yeah, every single team in the Pacific Division is over 500 by around like 3 top teams, or at least like 10 games over 500, which is crazy. So we are at 63 points in 62 games played. So that's actually not bad for this team to fight back like that. I'm not going to complain. They definitely fought their way back, which is good. All right, so we'll check out the entire league right now and check out where we are at. So we have 63 points, which is good enough for 23rd team in the league, but we'll have to compare that with other Western Conference teams as well. Maybe the other division is not that bad. Let's check out the Western Conference here, see how terrible it is. So the Vancouver Canucks are right there in 12th place in the entire Western Conference, which is it's second to last, but some of these teams are within striking distance. So let's see who. Let's go check out the Central. All right, so Chicago already has 91 points. It looks like they're going to run away with the Presidents this year. So it's 91, 68, 67, and then Colorado and Nashville for those 2 wild card spots. And then the Pacific, you have. Yeah, it's going to be tough, because the LA Kings right now and the Edmonton Oilers, I think, have the wild card spots locked up, and they definitely have a lot of points over it. So we need like 69 points to be in contention for a wild card spot. So we're 6 points out. Not impossible. There's 20 games left to play. Not entirely impossible yet. So we'll just say that it's not impossible. As it was with the way we started out this season, it's definitely not impossible, to say the least. All right, so let's check out these stats right now. Goals for per game. We'll look for our stats up here where the Vancouver Canucks are at. Vancouver is still down there in second to last in the league with 2.3 goals for per game. So you still want to get that up there around 3. So we're still struggling a bit to score goals, it seems like. Goals against per game is at 2.5, I believe. Let me sort that by lowest here. 2.5. That's good enough. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For 8th best in the league for goals against at 2.565. So we're the 8th best team. So we're not scoring goals, but it looks like we are doing a good job of keeping the puck at the net, which is not terrible. Power play percentage, I think that was at like 16%. I think that's pretty bad. It's near the bottom of the league. It's not the worst, but 16.7 is not great for a power play. And then penalty kill is at 82, which is one of the best in the league, up, I think, 8th again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, 8th. Yeah, for the 8th best team on the penalty kill. So we're doing a good job of keeping the puck out of the net, and we're doing a good job on the penalty kill. I think it's just our power play and our 5-on-5 goal scoring that needs to get a little bit of a jump start here. So home, we're 18, 9, and 6. Away, we are 9, 17, and 3. So we're a bad team on the road. But at home, it looks like we are doing pretty decent. All right, so now we can check out the stats here. Where these guys, with that little bit of a best lines line change, we'll have to see how some of these guys are still performing. So Daniel Sedin on the first line, 48 points. Alex Galchenyuk with 47. Henrik Sedin playing on the second line does have 43 points. So it looks like he might be doing a pretty good job on that second line, maybe helping out the guys on the second line get some points. Who knows? But Sedin and Galchenyuk are doing a decent job this year, no doubt. Galchenyuk is already on pace to have more points than he did last year. I think he had 56 last year. So he's definitely on pace to have a better season this year. Nyquist only with 37, only 14 goals for him. Want to see if he can get him some more goals. I think he dropped in overall to an 85. Bonino, 27 points for him only. Marcus Johansson with 26. Condra has 17, so I think he's on the third line. He's doing a decent job, I guess. Jensen with 16. Cassian with 15. Gotch with 11. Lindenvey has 10. Richardson has 9. Okay, defenseman. We have Dan Hamhuis putting in work this year. 39 points for Dan Hamhuis so far. Almost at a 40-point season for our defenseman, so that's a good year for him. Fowler with 24, Edler with 16, Tanev with 15, Stanton with 8, and Lucas Spiza with 7. And then now we can check out our goaltending situation here. See how much better they've gotten. All right, so Ryan Miller has started 51 games this year. Eddie Lack has started 14. He is not good as a backup, it seems. Not at all good at backup. 4-8-1, but Ryan Miller doing a good job. 23, 19, and 5. 2.32 goals against average. 3.21 for Eddie Lack. Save percentage of .921, .898. Not really that good either. 4 shutouts for Miller, none for Eddie Lack. So that is where the team stands right now. Like I said, if only our division sucked less, I think a record of 63 points wouldn't be terrible, considering where we started. So once again, we're only, like I said, 6 points out of a wild card spot behind the Edmonton Oilers. So we definitely have turned our game around, that's for sure. But we still have a lot of work to do up until the trade deadline. So I think what we will do is, let me look at the calendar. No, I don't want to play that game. Let me look at the calendar. The trade deadline is coming up right now, right? Yeah, the trade deadline is 2 days away. So, what I think we will do is, I'm going to call it right here. I'm not going to simulate anymore because I want you guys to help me out and see what we should do with this team. So you guys know the situation that the Vancouver Canucks team is in. They have fought all the way back from the beginning of the year to have one game over 500, but we are still a good bits away from trying to make a playoff run. We are 6 points out of a playoff spot. Does this Vancouver Canucks team take the risk and maybe try to go for a playoff run? go for a playoff run, maybe make a blockbuster deal at the trade deadline to maybe get somebody in this team. Because like I said, we are a good team at home, and looking at the schedule here, we have 4 there, 5 it looks like. It looks like we have, I think we are on, it might be an equal split of games that are home and away. It looks like a pretty even split, honestly. We're definitely playing a lot more Eastern Conference teams, though, at the end of this year than Western Conference teams, it seems like, because Ottawa, Washington, well, I think it's an even split, too. Boston, Ottawa, again, Florida, Pittsburgh, Washington, Tampa Bay's right there, Pittsburgh, Washington again. Well, that's carried over from last month. And then just Western Conference teams to end out the year. So that's what I'm gonna say. You guys make the decision. Does this team rebuild? Do we put guys like the Sedin twins on the trade block? Maybe put a guy like Edler or maybe even Hamhuis, who's having a really good year. I don't think we trade Hamhuis because he's having an amazing year, but maybe a guy like Edler or something along those lines. Maybe the older players like Richardson, guys like that. You guys make the decision. You think we should go out there, maybe make a blockbuster trade? If so, who do you think that we should go out there and get? I think I'll show you guys the trading thing really quickly so you can see who is on the block, who teams are actually willing to trade away. So I'll propose trade and just go over the teams that are players that are willing to trade away. Skaters matching the block. So, alright, so I'm just going to sort by overall. Hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier as well. Alright, so there's Anaheim. Hopefully it does that. It stays on the skaters matching a block. So Shane Doan is up there. Shane Doan is one player up there. Henrik Tolinder was up there as well. Boston, nobody for Boston. So Shane Doan is definitely up there. Brian Giunta, Scott Hannon, Mike Weber. All those 3 guys are up there. Brian Giunta, maybe some depth. Carolina, Eric Stahl is on the trading block actually for the Carolina Hurricanes. That's way too much trade value though, so we're not going to get a guy like Eric Stahl. Columbus, Matt Calvert is up there. Calgary, nobody for Calgary. Chicago, nobody for Chicago. Colorado, nobody for Colorado. Dallas, Eric Cole is up there and Ryan Malone, so Eric Cole and Ryan Malone. The Red Wings, Cronwall's up there. Drew Miller was up there as well. Andrew Ference is up there, so I don't know if we need to make our D-Corp better. I think we need to make our offense better because we're not scoring goals. The defense is doing a good job of penalty killing and keeping the puck out of the net, so I think it's not our defense that we need to upgrade. I think it's offense. So Shane Doan was definitely one person up there, and same thing with Eric Cole. So that could be maybe a little bit of an upgrade. Nobody on Minnesota, Montreal. Nobody there. New Jersey, I think, had Ruutu, right? Patrick Elias and Tomo Ruutu are up there. Okay. Nashville, Ryan Pilon, nope. The Islanders, nobody on the Isle. Rangers, nobody on the Rangers. Ottawa, nobody on Ottawa. Philadelphia, Philly has Braden Coburn, Michael Rothel, and Ville Leno. So the Flyers are looking to deal Coburn out. Nobody on Pittsburgh. San Jose, nobody on San Jose. St. Louis, Carl Gunnarsson. Once again, not the offensive guys. D'Angelo, nope. Toronto, nobody there for the Maple Leafs. Whoa, was there an 80 down there? I could swear I saw an 80. No, that was a 68. Winnipeg, Bufflin, they're looking to trade Bufflin, and Joel Ward and Brooks Orpik as well. So there are all the guys that are available to be traded away from other teams. Definitely, like I said, if you want to bolster up the offense, if you want to make that trade for somebody to go after, maybe Shane Doan is the best person to possibly go after because he's probably the highest overall that you have up there. He's a second-line forward. He definitely could bring a little bit more offense, I would say, to your team. Maybe a little bit more defensive side as well. How's he doing so far this year? He has 55. Did it show the season stats right there? Yeah, 25, 50. Does it show points? No, it shows 25 goals and 30 assists. So he does have 55 points so far in 64 games, which is actually really good. 25 goal season already for Shane Doan. So he's having a good year. So if you want to make a trade, there's probably one guy you go for. Maybe another guy like Eric Cole or Elias from the Devils. So there's your possibilities to get maybe another one of those older players on this team. You guys make the decision. What do you think the Vancouver Canucks should do? Go out and trade for one of those players, or rebuild once again, try again for next year? So let me know what you guys think, and we will take it away and do some maybe major decisions next video.